Yo, what's up, swag? And you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Keon R, aka KL Swag, back here with a video, man. Was that a little saucy or what? Anyways, man, you guys requested for me to react to this. I see a lot of comments. You guys are enjoying, the hockey. So, you guys want this, I saw the comment, and I saw one of my subscribers say, NHL, how every team got their name. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and let's just get into the reaction. And his YouTuber name is Alyssa Hope. And yeah, let's get into it. How they got their names.
Act of being who or what a person or thing is. Everyone has one, and so do the teams that we choose to represent. But behind every logo and every name lies a story, a reason why that team has the identity that it does today.
Really?
In this video, I'm going to attempt to uncover how each and every NHL team got its name and identity. And with that, here's how all current 31 teams came to bear their names they have today.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you were a 90s kid like me, you probably remember watching the Mighty Ducks movies.
Okay.
And it's pretty remarkable to consider the fact that this trilogy of movies was such a big hit, beginning with the first that was released in 1992.
Yes, ma'am.
NHL saw so much promise in capitalizing on the movie's popularity that it decided to award Disney a franchise the year after the Mighty Ducks came to the big screen, which ensured that the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim would embody an identity first captured in Hollywood. How ironic. Anyways, after Disney decided to part ways with their ice escapades, the team shortened their name to the Anaheim Ducks and adopted a new logo. But thankfully still gives us a glimpse of nostalgia from time to time with their third jerseys. Formerly known as the Phoenix Coyotes until
God damn! I'm sorry, you guys. I just stopped the video because I just farted and that shit stinks. God damn! I ain't gonna lie, you guys. I had a chocolate chip cookie and then I had a sub, and that shit is blowing. Woo! All right, let's get into the video. God damn!
2014, the Arizona Coyotes are a product of a team that once played in the capital of Manitoba. The team name itself was given following a naming contest. The other runner-up candidate was Scorpions. Both represent inhabitants of the surrounding Sonoran Desert. Upon their debut in 1996, the Coyotes embraced their newly found identity, while giving it its notable southwestern flavor. Their first logo, a Kachina-style coyote, is arguably the most unique in league history. And besides their logo, their jerseys were also far from traditional, featuring a Kachina-style trim to match the logo, with black as the primary color with green and burgundy in the trim. Almost simultaneously, while relocating to the newly finished arena that the team plays in today in Glendale, for the start of the 2003-2004 season, the team had adopted an entirely new color scheme and logo. The look was more simplistic and featured a howling coyote with Sedona red, white, and black. Advertising. We're all sick of it today, really. Ads are plastered, it seems, everywhere we look. But in the days of the 1920s, before TV screens and cell phones, you had to get creative. And that's exactly what Bruins founder and owner at the time, Charles Adams, did. Adams happened to not only be the franchise owner of the newest team in Boston, but also the owner of a local supermarket chain, which shared the exact same color scheme. Anyways, how they got their colors may not seem interesting, but how they gained their name just may be. As the Bruins were given their name by a guy you might have heard of, Art Ross. Ring any bells? Ross entertained the idea of the Old English word for bear while intending on the untamed, agile, and cunning nature to represent the club.
Damn. Okay.
Similarly to Boston, the Sabres are one of the few teams not to gain their logo or identity from their city or surrounding area. as the Knox brothers, Seymour and Northrop, who were the ones who initially brought Buffalo its NHL team, decided that a naming contest that took place in 1970 would be the best option for obtaining a name, then ultimately deciding on Sabres being the most unique and suitable, as Seymour felt it was a prime example of swiftness while strong on both offense and defense. So, imagine being named after a mass tragedy, one that claimed the lives of several and a city. Cause it doesn't get much more morbid than that. But you have to admit, the name and logo are pretty cool nonetheless.
I ain't gonna lie, that logo clean as hell, bro. That logo with the little C with the little fire. I'd love to get that as a tattoo. Like that shit clean. I ain't gonna lie, that's clean. That is clean.
Besides the uniqueness in the name origin, the Flames also, similarly to the Dallas Stars, gained their original identity from somewhere else. As the Flames also played in Atlanta from 1972 to 1980, and carry with them, as I mentioned, the memory of tragedy. After a Civil War campaign, Sherman's March to Sea swept through much of Georgia. Fire did as well, setting much of the state, including the city of Atlanta, ablaze. Instead of bearing the A on their chest as a primary logo, players now instead just skipped a letter and settled on C. You know, Calgary. But even still, the team hasn't forgotten their roots, as the assistant captains represent with the A logo stitched on their sweaters. So I wonder where the name Hurricane came from. Oh yeah, because North Carolina seems to get consistently battered with nature's liquid fury.
Damn, so they named the team.
In 1997, after it was decided that the Hartford Whalers would move to Raleigh, the team's owner, Peter Carmanos Jr., chose the name because I feel like it's blatantly obvious at this point. While the previous Whalers color scheme was dropped of blue, green, and silver, the new black and red combination was chosen to match the North Carolina State University.
Wow, that's crazy.
Anyways, the Canes not only bear the name of the storm, but also in part literally take warning, as their slogan says, as the Carolina secondary logo is the U.S. Maritime Warning Flag, the one used to indicate a storm warning.
That's crazy.
And yet another war reference came with the Chicago Blackhawks being named after World War I veteran and original Blackhawks owner, Major Fred McLaughlin, became nostalgic while deciding on names.
Fred McLaughlin. That weird-ass name. Fred McLaughlin.
Named his team after the 86th Infantry Division, also known as the Black Hawk Division, and in 1926 officially named his team the Blackhawks, with a space between the two words. And it wasn't until the 1980s that the words became one. While the name was Frederick McLaughlin's doing, his wife Irene was the one who designed the original team logo. Even though it's gone through many changes and adjustments, this logo arguably is the most vibrant and eye-catching in the world of sports today. Previously known as the Quebec Nordiques, the Avalanche got their name in 1995 as the obvious choice, the Rockies, by that time was taken by the local MLB team. So, they decided to take the second most obvious option.
If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you click that like button. I love you guys.
The Avalanche, because what happens when there's tons of snow-covered mountains around? You guessed it. Anyways, the team's logo is a letter A that's in the shape of a letter C. The secondary logo from 1995 to 2015 was a foot. And even more ironically, Adam Foote and Alexander Kerfoot both played for the team. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that found that funny. Even still, the logo, as you probably know, was made to represent Bigfoot. Replacing the shoulder patch today is an insignia of the Colorado state flag with the Avs colors. And just when you thought the war theme was over, think again, as we have yet another war represented league-wide by the Columbus Blue Jackets. After a Name the Team contest was held, creative, I know, the name Blue Jackets ended up being the winner. The name is in reference to the Civil War, due to the fact that Ohio and Columbus both have a rich history when it comes to Union troops being present, as the state of Ohio contributed more residents from the Union side of the war than any other state. The logo coincides with with the patriotic feel, displaying a star with the state flag wrapped around it, in a C shape. One unique part of Nationwide Arena that definitely sets it apart from others in the league is the cannon. Yes, I said it, a cannon. A handmade replica of the 1857 Napoleon-style cannon is fired on 3 occasions. When the team first takes the ice, when they score, and when they win. And trust me, if you're there, you won't miss it, cause that baby is loud. Just ask Johnny Gaudreau.
Damn.
As I mentioned before, similarly to the Flames, the Stars have also inherited much of their identity from a former team.
Damn, so that team is named because of the Civil War? That is crazy.
Minnesota North Stars. As the North Stars moved south in 1993, they simply dropped part of their name and were renamed the Stars. And honestly, it couldn't have worked out any better, as Texas, in case you don't know, is known as the Lone Star State. The team initially debuted with its former colors and logo. A season after their debut, though, we saw a darker shade of green that was visible in their jerseys.
I'm just playing swag game.
They say don't mess with a good thing. And that's exactly what the Wings haven't done for the most part.
That logo kind of nice.
Their logo and jersey design.
I still like that C one better.
Since the 1930s, the team has adorned the same winged
Y'all let me know down below. What's better? I think that's better.
Real logo, only modifying later by dropping Detroit from their jerseys. But even though their logo and jersey designs haven't strayed far.
Ooh.
Far from the original, their name has. After being founded as an original 6 team in 1926, they were first known as the Detroit Cougars.
Damn.
And then, in 1930, the Falcons, for a couple seasons, before finally settling on Red Wings in 1932. They also later on adopted one of the most peculiar traditions in the NHL today, beginning in sort of, as it's octopus slinging today instead of throwing, during the postseason anyways.
That's crazy.
The Oilers. It just seemed like logic, really,
just sounds disgusting,
but
the
it was
Oilers.
actually fate. After Bill Hunter founded the franchise in 1972, he decided to stick to familiarity. As the junior team he had previously owned, called the Oil Kings, went by the nickname Oilers. But similarly to the Coyotes, they underwent a name change. After joining the NHL in 1979 as part of the WHA merger, the Alberta Oilers then adopted the name that they have today.
For the Panthers, yeah.
Blockbuster, a 90s staple that will forever be remembered for its awesome candy and endless selection of movies, actually has something in common with this Floridian franchise. Its first owner, Wayne Huizenga, just so happened to be the co-owner at the time of Blockbuster Video. About a year after being awarded a team, it was announced in 1993 that the official name of the Miami-based NHL team would be the Florida Panthers. After, you guessed it, Panthers that live in Florida. And while the name choice and identity are pretty explainable, a well-known team tradition isn't. At least, at first glance anyway. Known as the Rat Trick, fans since the playoffs of '96 have been throwing plastic rats on the ice during or near the postseason. The tradition began after Scott Mellenby killed a rat with his stick pre-game and then ended up scoring 2 goals soon after. Even more interestingly, in 1996, when the tradition began, it was also the year of the rats, and also the same year that the Panthers went on to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Kings ultimately received their identity through a, you guessed it, team naming contest. After receiving the team, which was one of 6 products of the 1967 expansion, Jack Cook wanted a name that asserted royalty. The team not only embodied royalty by their name, but also debuting colors, as the Kings began the inaugural season wearing foreign blue and gold. Around the time when Gretzky arrived in the
blue and gold
Angels,
is nice,
the team switched to a gray and black color scheme, but abandoned it for the start of the 98-99 season because subliminally representing a gang is kinda bad.
Damn, bro, they getting names so
After being
weird
founded in June of 1997, around 4 years after the North Stars left the state of hockey, the Wild wouldn't play their first game until the start of the millennium in 2000. Their identity would come 1 year after the team's founding, and 6 possibilities came to the forefront, including Blue Ox, Northern Lights, Voyagers, White Bears, Freeze, and Wild. As we all know, the latter is the name they go by today, which pays homage to the state's wildlife and outdoors reputation. The logo itself, which is my personal favorite, depicts a silhouette of a wild animal and forest landscape simultaneously. The eye of the animal itself pays tribute to the North Stars as well as the state's motto, which I won't attempt to say authentically, but in translation, it means Star of the North.
Damn. That's crazy. Anyways, man, make sure you comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Stay swag up. I'll see you guys next.